1. Introduction. My name is Lisa. I am 26 years old. I live in a small, quiet town where most people know each other. My life is very simple and I like it. I am the owner of a small shop on the main street. The shop is called Lisa's Flowers and Gifts. It is a lovely place with a big window at the front. In the window, I put beautiful, fresh flowers every morning. Many people walk by and smile when they see the colorful flowers. My shop smells like roses and clean air. It is my favorite place in the world. My daily routine is always the same, and it makes me feel comfortable. I wake up very early and go to the flower market outside of town. I carefully choose the best flowers for my shop. Then, I open my shop at 9 o'clock. Throughout the day, I sell fresh flowers, small handmade gifts, and nice cards for birthdays and other special days. Many people from the town come to my shop. They buy flowers for their homes or gifts for their friends and family. I know most of my customers by name. They are friendly, and we often talk about simple things like the weather or the news in our small town. I work hard until 6 o'clock in the evening. After I close the shop, I walk home to my small, cozy apartment. My life is very peaceful, and I always felt happy with it. I always thought I understood love completely. For me, love was like my life. It was supposed to be calm, safe, and very simple. I imagined love was like a warm cup of tea on a cold winter day. It was not something for big drama or loud, angry arguments. I truly believed that love should make a person feel safe and protected, not scared or worried. I was happy with my quiet life and my simple ideas about love. I did not want anything in my world to change. But one afternoon, everything changed forever. A man I never saw before walked into my shop. The little bell on the door rang, and I looked up from my flowers. He was tall and wore expensive, dark clothes. He had a smile that was different from other smiles. It was a handsome smile, but it felt like he had many secrets behind it. His eyes were dark, and they looked at me in a very special way. He did not say much at first. He just looked around my small shop slowly. At that moment, I did not know his name. I did not know anything about him, but I felt something different in the air. My quiet world suddenly became very silent, and my heart started to beat very fast. That was the day my simple, peaceful life began to fall apart. That man's name was Cole. 2. The mysterious stranger. The next morning, the bell above my shop door rang. It was him again. Cole stood there with the same quiet smile. He came back every day for a week. His visits became a routine. Each morning he walked in and the shop felt different. It felt brighter. He always bought the same thing, one single white rose. He did not say much. He would just say, "Good morning, Lisa," in his low, calm voice. I would wrap the beautiful flower for him. When he gave me the money, our fingers would touch for a second. Every time this happened, my heart started to beat very fast. His short visits were the best part of my day. I started to wait for him, listening for the sound of the bell. Soon, people in town started to talk. My customers whispered when he left the shop. They said he was a very rich man, maybe one of the richest in the city. They also said he was dangerous. My friend Sarah told me to be careful. Men like him are trouble, she said, but I did not listen to the gossip. The man they described was not the man I saw. The Cole I saw was gentle. He seemed a little sad sometimes, but his smile was always warm. I did not see a dangerous man. I saw a charming person who looked at me in a way no one else ever had. It felt like he saw me, the real me. On the 7th day, he came to the shop as usual. He bought his white rose, but this time he did not leave right away. He stood near the counter, looking at me. "I was wondering," he said slowly. His voice was a little nervous. "Would you like to have coffee with me?" I was so happy I could not hide my smile. My heart was racing, but I felt calm with him. "Yes," I said without thinking. "I would love that." We decided to meet the next day. When he left, I felt a new kind of excitement. I did not know it then, but I was saying yes to more than just coffee. I was stepping into a complicated and difficult situation. I had no idea that my peaceful life was already gone. 3. A dangerous kiss. We met at a small cafe. It was not in the center of town. It was a quiet place with only a few tables. Cole said he liked it because it was private. I was happy he chose a place like this. It felt special just for us. The air was warm and soft music played inside. Cole was easy to talk to. He told me about his life. He said he had many different businesses. Because of his work, he traveled to many countries. He talked about big cities and interesting people. His life sounded so exciting and very different from my quiet life in my small shop. He also told me he did not have much family. He said he was often alone. When he said that, I felt a little sad for him. He seemed like a good man who was just lonely. He asked me questions about my shop and my flowers. He listened carefully to my answers. He smiled, and his dark eyes were warm. He made me laugh with funny stories from his travels. For the first time in a long time, I felt completely happy. I forgot all the stories people in town told about him. The man with me was not dangerous. He was kind, interesting, and a little lonely. I felt special when I was with him. Later, the sky was dark and full of stars. It was time to leave. We walked out of the cafe together. The night was cool and quiet. He stopped and turned to me. "I had a wonderful evening, Lisa," he said. His voice was soft. He looked into my eyes, and my heart started to beat very fast. Then he moved closer and kissed me. It was a soft, warm kiss. For a moment, the world stopped. Everything was just Cole and me. I felt like I was in a dream. It was the most perfect kiss of my life. I was so happy. I believed this was the beginning of a true and beautiful love story. But I did not know the truth. I did not know about his secret life. While he was kissing me, another woman was waiting for him. She was in a different part of the city, waiting for his phone call. I knew nothing about her. I was falling deeply in love with a man who had a hidden life. I was falling in love with a man with two faces, 4 secrets in the dark. The next few weeks with Cole were wonderful. Our feelings for each other grew stronger every day. He brought me beautiful gifts, not just roses anymore. One day, he gave me a small silver necklace. I never took it off. We started to take long walks late at night when the town was quiet. He held my hand and told me sweet things. He promised that we would always be together, and I believed him. I felt like the luckiest person in the world. My simple life was now a perfect love story. But then, strange things started to happen. One evening, I was getting ready to close my shop. A woman I did not know walked in. She looked very sad, but also very angry. Her eyes were red from crying. She looked at me for a long moment. "Do you know who he really is?" she asked. Her voice was shaking. I was confused. "Who are you talking about?" I asked her. The woman just shook her head. She turned and left my shop without saying another word. I felt cold and scared. I had a bad feeling that she was talking about Cole. That night, I could not sleep. The woman's angry face and her strange question were in my mind. Cole told me he was busy with work that evening. He said he had an important meeting across town, but now I was not so sure. I decided to do something I never thought I would do. I went to the restaurant where he said his meeting was. I waited outside in the dark street, feeling foolish. After about 1 hour, Cole came out of the restaurant. He was not alone. He was with a beautiful woman with long, dark hair. My heart stopped. I quickly hid behind a big tree so they did not see me. He smiled at her. It was the same special smile that he always gave to me. Then I heard him speak to her softly. He said, "You are the only one for me. I promise we will always be together." They were the same words. They were the exact same words he said to me. I could not breathe. My perfect love story was a lie. The gifts, the promises, the walks, they were not just for me. He was playing a cruel game. I watched as he kissed her. I felt a terrible pain in my chest. I was not his only love. I was one of 2. 5. The truth about Cole. The next day, I waited for Cole. My heart was a heavy stone in my chest. When he arrived, I did not smile. I looked at him and asked about the other woman. I needed to hear the truth from him. He did not try to lie. His face was full of pain. He looked at me with his dark, sad eyes and said, "It is true. I am sorry, Lisa." He told me her name was Mia. He explained that their relationship was not about love. It was a business deal, a contract. His family was very powerful and had a lot of money. Years ago, his family made a deal with Mia's family. To keep his family's fortune safe, Cole had to be with Mia. It was an old promise he could not escape. He told me he never loved Mia. He said his feelings for me were the only real thing in his life. But his words did not fix my broken heart. I felt so stupid. I was a fool. Every sweet word he said to me now felt like a lie. Every kiss felt like a trick. I remembered his smile and his gentle hands. Was any of it real? I felt ashamed. I gave my heart to a man who lived a double life. He saw the anger and hurt in my eyes. I wanted to scream. I wanted to tell him to leave and never come back. Part of me wanted to run away from him, from the town, from this terrible pain. I wanted my simple, quiet life back. But I could not move. My feet were stuck to the floor. My mind told me to go, to save myself from more lies. But my heart was a different story. It was broken into 1,000,000 pieces, but every piece still loved him. It was a terrible feeling to be so angry at the person you love. I knew I should walk away. It was the smart thing to do, but I could not leave him. My heart would not let me go. 6. Scandal in the city. The news about Cole's 2 lives did not stay a secret for long. It moved through our small town like a fast river after a storm. One day, I was just Lisa, the quiet owner of a flower shop. The next day, everyone knew my name for the wrong reasons. They did not say it with kindness. They whispered it in cafes and on the streets. My simple, peaceful life was completely gone. I felt like everyone was watching me. People did not see the real me anymore. They only saw a story they wanted to believe. In their story, I was the girl who wanted a rich man. They called me the shop girl who stole Cole's heart. The truth was not important to them. Then Mia made everything worse. She stood in the town square and told many lies to a large crowd. She said I was the reason for all the problems. She said Cole wanted to leave her because of me. Her words were like stones, and they hit me hard. The scandal grew bigger every day. New rumors and lies were added to the story, twisting the truth until it was impossible to see. My shop, my beautiful and safe place, was not safe anymore. Old customers I knew for years stopped coming. Some people walked past my shop and looked at me with angry eyes. Others just wanted to see the girl from the big scandal. My business was failing. I sold very few flowers. The shop was quiet and empty most of the time. I felt very alone and scared. The town was full of voices, but none of them told the truth. I was afraid that I would lose everything because of these terrible lies. Then, one afternoon, Cole did something brave and unexpected. He came to my shop. A crowd of people was outside, watching and whispering. He walked right through them and stood in front of my door. He took my hand. His voice was strong and clear when he spoke to the crowd. He told them that the stories were not true. He said that his relationship with Mia was only a business contract, not love. He looked at me, and then he looked at the crowd again. He said, "I only love one person. I love Lisa." He promised everyone that he was going to end his false life. He wanted a real, honest life, and he wanted it with me. In that moment, I saw a new man. He was not hiding anymore. 7, fighting for love. Cole made a big decision. He chose me. He told his family that he would not continue his agreement with Mia. This was a serious choice. It meant he would lose a lot of his family's money. He would also lose his powerful position in his family's business. He did not care about the money or the power anymore. He only cared about our future together. He was ready to leave his old life behind for me. This was a big sacrifice, and it showed me his love was real. But our problems were not over. Mia was very angry. She did not want to lose. She started to make things very difficult for me. She told more lies to people in the town. She said terrible things about me and my little shop. She wanted to ruin my reputation completely. She wanted everyone to hate me. Her words were like poison, and they spread quickly through the town. It felt like a new storm was starting, and it was all because of her. Many people in the town believed Mia's new lies. They looked at me with cold eyes when I walked down the street. Fewer and fewer customers came into my shop. Some days, no one came at all. The shop was quiet and empty. It was a very sad and lonely time. I felt like the whole world was against me, but I was not completely alone. Cole was always there. He stood by my side every single day. He never left me to face the problems alone. His support was my only strength. We decided to fight back together. We did not want to let Mia win. Cole helped me at the shop every day. He cleaned the windows and arranged the flowers. He smiled at the few people who still came inside. We worked hard to make the shop beautiful again. We wanted to show everyone that we were not bad people. We were just two people who wanted to be together. It was a slow and difficult fight. We had to rebuild my business and my good name, one day at a time. During those hard weeks, I learned something important about love. Before Cole, I thought love was simple and safe. I was wrong. I now understood that real love is not just about happy feelings and sweet promises. It is also about facing pain together. It is about sacrifice and being brave when things are difficult. Love was not just a feeling in my heart. It was an action. It was fighting for the person you care about, even when it is hard. Our love was strong because we were fighting for it. 8. The man I chose. Months passed, and the winter snow melted. Spring arrived in our town, and with it, a new feeling of peace. The loud whispers about Cole and me became quiet. The angry looks from people on the street stopped. The big scandal was now just an old story, something people talked about less and less. It was like the town decided to forget. Or maybe they decided to forgive. Slowly, life started to feel normal again, but it was a new kind of normal. It was better. My little shop was busy again. In fact, it was busier than ever before. New people came to buy flowers, and old customers returned with warm smiles. The shop felt bright and happy. The pain of the past weeks made this new success feel even more special. I worked hard every day, and Cole was always there to help me. He carried heavy boxes of flowers and talked to customers. He was not the mysterious rich man anymore. He was just Cole, a kind man who loved my shop as much as I did. Our life was simple, but it was real. We did not have to hide our love anymore. We walked through the town's square holding hands. We had coffee at the local cafe and nobody stared. We were free. There were no more secrets between us. Cole told me everything about his past and his family. I listened and I understood. The heavy weight of his other life was gone. Now he only had one life, and it was with me. He smiled a lot more. It was a true smile with no darkness in his eyes. He looked happy and light. I thought a lot about the man I loved. I knew he had two faces. One face was the charming man who lied to me and broke my heart. The other face was a sad man who was trapped in a life he did not want. He made a big mistake, but he was also very brave. He chose love over money and power. He fought for me and for us. I chose to forgive him. It was not because I was weak or foolish. I forgave him because I saw his heart. His heart was true now. He showed me every day that he was a good man. We were at the start of a new journey. Our past was full of tears and secrets, but our future was clear. We were building a new life together. This life was not based on contracts or lies. It was based on honesty, trust, and a love that was strong enough to survive a storm. We had no masks. It was just Cole and me, and that was everything I ever wanted.
Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.